Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all here. Today is July the 2nd. If any of you are Canadians, happy Canada Day yesterday. And we have our 4th of July coming up. So we're kind of sandwiched, but we're neighbors. Anyway, welcome to White River Buddhist Temple. Glad to see you all here for our monthly memorial service. I can never pronounce things very well. I think it's Shotsuki. There we go. So we will start service with Sambujo, which you will find on page 22 of your purple service book. And then we will go into Jusege on page 23. And during the chanting of Jusege, I will read out names of members and friends who have passed in the month of July. Family and friends are welcome to come up and make offerings. So please excuse me if I get the names wrong. I don't intend to do that, but sometimes my mouth just doesn't work the right way. So let us go on. Sambujo.
Can I have everyone please put your hands together in Gasho or bow your head in contemplation as we say together, Namo Midabutsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Midabutsu, Namo Midabutsu, Namo Midabutsu, Namo Nabs, Namo Nabs, Namo Nabs. Today, we observe White River Buddhist Temple's monthly Shotsuki Hoyo, in which we remember the lives of everybody who passed in the month of July. May the fragrance of the flowers remind us of impermanence and Amida Buddha's infinite compassion. May the light remind us of Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom. And may we all remember the infinite wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha by putting our hands together in Gasho and saying Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Surichi Komoto Amy Kato. Minoru Terada. Kiyomi Mizoguchi. Mike Arima. Isamu Suyematsu. Yoneko Terayama, George Takeshi Watanabe, Mitsue Komatsu, Mitsuko Ibuki, George Tonojo Kawasaki, Tokyo Toyoshima, Nancy Mikami, Noriko Tanabe, Yooko Watanabe, Stanley Doi, Sayoko Kawasaki, Kazuko Watanabe, Hiroshi Nakai, Ben Yamada, Doris Sagara, Yei Mikami, Keo Teriyama, pardon me, Shioji Kawabata, if anyone else who has passed in July and wishes to be memorialized, their friends can come up and make offerings now if they wish. I thank you for your patience. Thank you, Sensei. All right, for those of you who are able, will you please rise and we will read the three treasures on page 3 and remain standing for our song or gatha, which is on page 137. I'll repeat it again later so you don't have to remember. Namo Amida Butsu. So, page 3, the three treasures. Fortunate is it, oops, there's down there. Fortunate it is it to be born into human life, now we are living it? Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha, now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Now we will have our gatha or song, Namo Amida Butsu, on page 137 of our Purple Service Book. Thank you very much. You may be seated. And now we will have our Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together in Gasho or bow your head in contemplation as I read these words by Shinan Shoni. It further states, know that because of doubt, one remains in the house of birth and death. When one doubts the inconceivable karmic power of the great vow, one remains in the 6 courses. We are to realize that up to now, we have been wandering for eons in such a realm of illusion. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Well, hello, everyone. It is great to see everyone on such a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope that everyone had a wonderful week and look forward to another wonderful week this week. As it is a holiday, and I'm pretty sure everyone has plans. But today we are observing our monthly Shotsuki Hoyo, our monthly memorial service for all of those who have passed in the month of July. And July is, of course, a very special month, of course, for our temple too, because it is also Obon, our annual festival in which we remember all who have passed, not just in the month of July, but everybody who has passed. And thus, I thought it would be nice to talk a little bit about, well, today I'll probably talk a little bit more about doubt, but I want to use this quote also for next week, which I will continue talking about a little bit about if everyone has read the newsletter article, encouraging people to read the articles by, well, you don't have to read what I write in the newsletter, but I did talk a little bit about the story that we usually talk about during Obon, which is the story of Moggallana, and thus I will talk a little bit in detail about something in regards to that sphere next week. But I thought today it would be nice to talk a little bit about this quote, which I took from the notes on the inscriptions of sacred scrolls, which is the Songo Shinzo Meimon in Japanese. And it is a collection of writings by Shinan Shonin, the founder of Joro Shinshu. And he actually takes passages from different masters and describes them in his own voice. And so this one in particular, he takes from the Senjakushu, which is the passages on the Nembutsu collected in the Primal Vow, which is written by Shinan Shonin's master Honen Shonin. And Honen wrote that, know that because of doubt, one remains in the house of birth and death. Through entrusting oneself, one is enabled to enter the city of Nirvana. Thus, Shinan Shonin takes a part of that, and on that section, saying, know that because of doubt, one remains in the house of birth and death. He explains this by saying that when one doubts the inconceivable karmic power of the great vow, the primal vow that allows any single person to be born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land after their life, one remains in the 6 courses, which I will talk about next week, because that's a whole big different bubble, I guess you could say, to talk about. We are to realize that up to now, we have been wandering for eons in such a realm of illusion. So the one thing that I want to talk about today is about doubt, because the one thing that I do is doubt. If anyone doesn't know, I have anxiety. I'm able to keep it under control. But the one thing I do is doubt a lot. is one thing that always comes in my mind. I doubt this, I doubt that. I question this, I question that. It is a part of me that I have always struggled with throughout my life. And in this part, Shinran Shonin says that because of this doubt, we turn about constantly within the cycle of birth and death, meaning we are reincarnated over and over again into the various realms, which I will talk about next week, the 6 realms. And it is because I doubt that I feel comfortable talking about this. Because the one thing that I learned during my studies is that, especially when it comes to the Buddhist teachings, it's okay to doubt. It's okay to question the teachings. And that is because the Buddhas understand that this teaching cannot be understood unless you doubt. One of the very first things or people that Shakyamuni Buddha encountered when he first rose from beneath the Bodhi tree after he became enlightened was a person who did not want to follow the teachings. He started talking to this person, and this person says, nah, it's not for me. So that person doubted the teachings. And thus, that is a part of the story, which is super important, because it is okay to doubt. It is okay to question these teachings. And as someone with anxiety, I too question the teachings. But it is also said within Shinran Shonin's teachings that there will be a moment within your life that you will not doubt the teachings. And it will be that exact moment that you will fully entrust in Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. And that is that one moment that is needed for a being, any sentient being, to become born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land. It is that one singular moment. In Jodo Shinshu, it is not important to remember when that singular moment is, when that singular moment of no doubt is. Thus, it shows the infinite wisdom and compassion of Amida Buddha. And I'm talking about this also today because we are remembering all of those who have passed, who had dedicated themselves to this temple and these teachings. And they too had that singular moment of no doubting, and thus singularly entrusted in Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. That is really important. That is very important. Doubt is a big thing to try to overcome. Again, as someone with anxiety, I always question my husband. And I don't mean to put stress on him, but he knows that I'm an anxious person. I doubt a lot. And thus, I think it is very clear the reason why I became a minister. Because I doubt. I doubt. And it is because of that singular moment that I had that I do not remember when it happened, that I entrusted in Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion, when all that doubt just cleared. Because of that, I decided to become a minister. And I believe, too, everybody who has encountered the White River Buddhist community has encountered people like this who have had that no doubt moment. Thus, a reason why we are observing our Shotsuki Hoyo today, because these are the people we remember. who have passed, who have shown us what it is like to have encountered that no doubt moment and entrusted themselves to Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion. I think it is always important to talk about doubt. As a person, a human being living in this film, and that is why Shinran Shonin talks about this and discusses why it is important for us to understand doubt and to understand why Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion embraces us all, no matter who we are. And everybody who has passed has also shown this, because we know they too, upon being born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, have become Buddhas and constantly remind us of this no doubt moment whenever we hear or say, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Thus today and every other day, we should try to remember this teaching taught by Amida Buddha, by Shinran Shonin, by all of those who have passed. And especially this month, as we are observing Oil-Born service, Oil-Born festival, Oil-Born service this month, something to keep our minds on as we say Namo Amida Butsu. So in closing, can I have us please put our hands together in Gasho as we put our hands together in gratitude to Amida Buddha's infinite wisdom and compassion, and to all of those who have passed in the month of July. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo.
Thank you for your Dharma, Sensei. Those of you who are able, would you please rise? We will sing the Gatha, Ondoksan 2, on page 153, and then please remain standing for the reading of the Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. So. Thank you. Would you please turn to page 8 and join along with me. Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively, understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection. I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Realizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you. You may be seated. Do we have any guests or people that would like to introduce themselves today? All righty. We will go on to announcements. Are there any announcements? I see one coming up. Two. Ladies first, I guess.
I was closer to the microphone. Hi, everybody. So I said last week, I know not everybody was here, our library is finally reopened. We have a Japanese language section as well. The extra books, Dave Weeble and Dave, oh gosh, I forgot again, Hoskins, and they helped me work on this. It wasn't just me. And we all made the decision that we only needed 2 copies of each book in the library. So any multiple copies are out there, as well as some pamphlets and things. They're all free. You can look them over. If you want to, you could give a donation. It would go to the library if you do, so we can purchase some new books. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody that Monodority is less than 3 weeks away. So, and we do have, we're going to have a sign-up sheet on the back, and we're looking for volunteers, especially dishwashing. It's always hard to fill. We also have our Mochi Manju cooking event next Saturday, and we need as many people as we can get to help. It's a labor-intensive event, but will be done by probably from 8 to maybe noon or so. So, thank you. This is our poster created by Tessa. It's very nice. And you're welcome to take a poster and post it to any stores or public places that will take them. Okay? Thank you.
And I know everybody's asking for help, but I just wanted to remind everybody that we do have the weekly service sign-ups. So we were always looking for people to do flowers, to chair services, to ring the concho at the beginning of services, and to bring the fruit offering. So if anybody is interested in doing that, the QR code to sign up is on the back board. If you don't understand how to use it, or if you have no idea what the heck a QR code is, feel free to come up to me and I'm more than happy to help you with that. So thank you.
I have a really loud voice, so I'm just going to stand in my spirit. I want to remind people today that we were having our ukulele and singing rehearsal today. Come on, folks. It's over on time. I've got to get it really good. We don't want to think that we're not doing so. We're going to practice, and I have all the sheets with us today. And so if you have a hankering for a ukulele, we also have some spares if you would like to try. I see somebody nodding their head. I hope that's a yes. Thank you.
Anyone else have, oh, sorry. Anyone else have any other announcements? I just also want to just highlight again on the back. Again, please don't forget Ooh. No, I was trying to say if Seattle's one was on here. Is it? Yeah, 15th and 16th. Okay, yes, it is. But just wanted to highlight again, we are not the only ones celebrating Obon, even though ours is the best and the one that you have to come to. But please remember that Seattle's is on July 15th and 16th, and Tacoma's is on July 29th. And then if you want to go to Portland, Oregon Buddhist Temple is having theirs on August 5th. And I'm pretty sure our President Ken Lakosai is getting ready for this, but there's also the softball tournament hosted by Seattle on August 12th, Saturday, August 12th. I will double check with Seattle to see if they actually have a venue for the softball tournament. But please, if you would like to participate, again, they have a pre-game game in which you're welcome to hit and you're welcome to run. And you don't have to, well, I would stretch before you run, but that game doesn't count. That's a fun game. Hit the ball, run. We do a couple of innings, and then they go into the competitive game. So if you want to be a part of that, well, I think I'll discuss with Seattle if we want to make our own team, everything like that. But I assume now if you want to be a part of the competitive, you could either be a part of Seattle's team or Tacoma's team, because this softball tournament has been for some reason just between Seattle and Tacoma. And we could change that if we want to. Anyways, so softball tournament, August 12th, place to be determined. だけ日本語で話します。金曜日14日、4月14日に、日本語法要、次の日本語法要をします。その法要は午前11時からです。午前11時からです。まあ、大体の日本語法要は、16日になりたいけど、今月の16日は日曜日です。それダメですから、はい、14日になりました。はい、はい、はい。はい、14日は毎月の14日は年予承認のご命日でございます。それだけで、その日に、まあ、決めました。はい。だから次の日本語法要は、今月14日、はい、11時です。はい。ありがとうございます。はい。Thank you very much.
One little announcement for those of you who will be driving next weekend. They're 167, the highway over here, southbound in Kent. They're going to close some lanes over the weekend, starting Friday of this weekend. They're doing bridge repairs, so this won't be totally closed, but if you take that route, it'll be closed from Friday night until Monday morning. If you take that route to come to the temple, you may want to check and make sure you don't get trapped in that thing. So, I will read the closing words. You may join me. They're on our program. My life is not only my life, but also the life of others, sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Thank you very much for your attendance today. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.